Welcome back. Today we'll analyze Vegapunk's speech in 11:13 and 11:14, so we will follow up in a later video on what he will say in chapter 11:15. If you are ready to go, then let's get started immediately. But before you do, I kindly ask you to leave a big like and subscribe to this channel. Only you can help me grow this channel and this community. Don't be like Monkey D. Dragon the Immobilist. Get active and participate. Let's revolutionize the world together. Okay, let's get started. Vegapunk says, "I have committed 2 crimes, which will inevitably lead to my capture or execution. Thus, this vital message will only be disseminated once my heart and lungs cease functioning." These words uttered by Vegapunk directly communicate the gravity of his actions as he acknowledges the dire consequences they entail. The decision to broadcast the message upon his demise emphasizes the utmost urgency and peril associated with the information he is about to divulge. However, I want you to listen carefully and understand this. Those who will judge me, whoever they are, I do not want to paint them as evil. I do not argue about good and evil. I don't know enough about him to do that. Vegapunk deliberately distances himself from moral judgments and explicitly states that his aim is not to accuse anyone of evil intentions. Instead, his statement invites introspection and unbiased attentiveness to his words. Interestingly, he is depicted as a masculine entity even in the Japanese language, and according to Vegapunk, this entity is responsible for his demise. Identifying who exactly this he is remains a mystery, and although the notion that Imu could be involved is intriguing, there is insufficient evidence to support this claim. What I am about to discuss might appear incredibly unbelievable and may be met with ridicule. Nevertheless, it is everyone's right to be informed. Let's begin with the conclusion, shall we? This world is going to be sink into the depths of the sea. In this statement, Vegapunk acknowledges the potential skepticism and derision his message may provoke, while asserting the fundamental right of everyone to know the truth. After that, individuals are free to act in accordance with their own desires. The statement about the world's descent into the sea is astounding and catastrophic, capturing immediate attention, and hence, from this point onwards, varied reactions of thousands different perspectives unfold. As predicted, some respond with laughter, as seen in Mocktown, where Doflamingo's prominent symbol still stands. Others express concern, akin to those in Water 7. Individuals like Dorothy himself perceive it through their usual lens of superiority. Some fret, while some observe attentively, filled with intrigue and caution. Vegapunk continues, "In my opinion, it will be a matter of the near future, but in the days following the recording of this video, if the sensors I created and my calculations are correct, an anomalous earthquake should hit the whole world. As a result, the sea level is expected to rise by approximately 1 meter, rendering some islands uninhabitable and leading to the unavoidable disappearance of numerous beaches worldwide. If, by chance, this outcome fails to occur, disregard everything I mentioned henceforth. However, in the unfortunate event that it does materialize, pay close attention to my words. It is crucial to understand that the aforementioned earthquake cannot be deemed a natural disaster. Firstly, Vegapunk emphasizes that this sinking will transpire in the near future, meaning it will not manifest immediately. Nevertheless, the evidence at hand suggests that within a matter of days from this recording, a sudden earthquake of unprecedented magnitude will impact the entire globe. The resulting repercussions will encompass a rise in sea levels by approximately 1 meter, as well as the successive disappearance of beaches and islands. The utmost significance lies within Vegapunk's declaration that this earthquake will not be a naturally occurring phenomenon, but rather a contrived event, insinuating the existence of sinister, man-made forces at play. Dr. Vegapunk then explains, "I longed for peace, albeit imperfectly, and this was my first sin. I dreamed of an eternal energy, with a burning yearning to advance this world into the future. And, well, I got too close to the sun." In this instance, Vegapunk contemplates his pursuit of harmony and advancement, while acknowledging that his relentless pursuit of eternal energy has brought him perilously close to harm, much like Icarus and the sun. It is evident that the root cause of this earthquake lies in his unwavering determination to achieve this eternal energy. We are aware that the king of the world, Imu, employed the mother flame as a source of energy to annihilate the island of Lulusia by means of an unknown weapon. Vegapunk is burdened with guilt for creating something that possesses the potential to engulf the world in flames, similar to Oppenheimer and Einstein, just to cite a couple of examples. He goes on to say, "With that being said, let me explain what is about to unfold in this world, step by step. I will begin with the period spanning 100 years, from approximately 900 years ago to 800 years ago. What is truly astonishing is the absolute absence of any historical records from this era. This time frame is known as the Void Century, and every single record has been obliterated. The sole method of uncovering this lost history is through the deciphering of the poneglyphs, which are scattered across the world, like letters from the past. Vegapunk now introduces the enigma of the Void Century, a 100-year span where the entire chronicles have been expunged by the world government. Vegapunk refers to records, suggesting that everything pertaining to this era has ceased to exist, be it books, recordings, images, or any other artifact that could provide insight into this historical period. The only hope of reconstructing this vanished history lies within the scattered poneglyphs, serving as the sole means to unveil its secrets. He states, however, the world government strictly forbids the deciphering of poneglyphs, but despite being part of this organization, I dared to defy this prohibition, committing my second sin. I successfully deciphered some poneglyphs, along with other inherited documents from the devoted work of exceptional archaeologists, pushing my research to its limits, and I have no remorse for it. It is important to recall that at the start of its history, the world government instituted a law to prohibit the reading of poneglyphs. Emu expressed anger towards Lily for sharing the poneglyphs into the world, another transgression that led to accusations against her. However, Vegapunk chose to disregard this imposed ban and took it upon himself to decrypt the poneglyphs, driven by a desire to uncover the truth about the forgotten era. He also utilized the knowledge of the Ohara archaeologists and the vast collection of saved books from the giants just in Ohara after the Buster Call incident. Vegapunk's unwavering determination to reveal the concealed history is evident, and he remains steadfast in his belief, as shown in his exchange with Dragon at the heart of the archaeological realm. Dragon, never lose sight of the ultimate objective. Finally, Vegapunk concludes the first part of his speech, which ends with the cliffhanger of chapter 11:14, like this. History is a narrative, and to put it simply, what I am aware of is an incomplete recollection of those 100 years. I don't want to fill in the gaps with my imagination. Therefore, I will solely reveal the truth I have uncovered. The central character of this narrative was born in a kingdom 900 years ago that boasted an extraordinarily advanced civilization. It is said that he engaged in combat with a body that extended, reminiscent of Nika, the sun deity of Elbaf. This individual was named Joyboy, and he was the first individual to be labeled a pirate in these waters. In the current moment, the conversation concludes, introducing Joyboy, a fabled figure who resided in this advanced realm 9 centuries ago. Joyboy, depicted as someone whose body elongated akin to Nika, the sun god of Elbaf, and mind you, he is the sun god of Elbaf, so we are placing Nika within the Norse context, was the inaugural individual to be recognized as a pirate, a kaizoku, essentially a plunderer of the seas, in the world of One Piece. However, the aspect I would like to emphasize and delve into with you is the expression that Vegapunk employs to define this account, which is denoted in Japanese as monogatari. The term monogatari directly translates to story or tale, but fundamentally possesses a more profound cultural meaning that extends beyond mere storytelling. In Japanese literature, a monogatari denotes a tradition of narrative, often extensive and intricate, incorporating historical, mythical, romantic, and legendary aspects. Monogatari serves as the medium for transmitting important narratives, cultural and moral values, as well as historical knowledge from one generation to the next. It stands as the cornerstone of Japanese fiction, frequently conveying universal themes through the lens of Japanese culture. Famous examples of monogatari include Genji Monogatari and Taketori Monogatari. Genji Monogatari is considered one of the world's earliest novels, while Taketori Monogatari is known as the Tale of the Bamboo Cutter and is one of the oldest stories in Japanese fiction. When Vegapunk discusses Monogatari, he emphasizes that history is not merely a collection of past events, but a tale that conveys profound meanings, lessons, and universal truths. To fully grasp the importance of the term and the context of Vegapunk's discourse, we need to understand its cultural connotation in Japan. Adapting this term to a European context while maintaining its depth and meaning is a challenging task. The equivalents tale and story do not fully capture its essence. Instead, we may consider using saga, a term often associated with epic tales that span generations and are predominantly used in Nordic contexts. As we delve into the story of the giants of Elbaf, with Nika represented as a deity of Elbaf, we can draw parallels with the Norse sagas of the Vikings and their ancient gods. The Norse sagas encompass both historical and mythological stories within the Scandinavian tradition. These tales have been passed down orally for centuries and depict legendary heroes, epic battles, and interactions with the divine. The Ynglingar saga, for example, traces the genealogy of Swedish kings back to Norse gods like Odin, while the Egil saga tells the life and adventures of Egil Skallagrimsson, a Viking warrior poet. Another suitable term that captures the essence of Monogatari could be legend. Legends are traditional tales that intertwine history and myth and serve as conduits for transmitting cultural and moral values. They often incorporate supernatural elements and heroic figures representing cultural ideals. A well-known example is the legend of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, which combines history, myth, and morality to create a timeless tale. Additionally, the term epic describes a narrative of either historical or mythological events that hold significant cultural significance. Classical epics, such as Homer's Iliad and Odyssey, recount the heroic exploits of figures like Achilles and Odysseus and their encounters with the Olympian gods. These narratives not only depict historical and mythological events, but also explore universal themes such as honor, destiny, and divinity. In the One Piece context, the story of a technologically advanced ancient kingdom like joyboys can be likened to mythical tales such as that of Atlantis. This famous civilization, described by Plato, was believed to have been destroyed by a cataclysm that caused it to sink into the sea. The resonances between Atlantis and Vegapunk's forthcoming narrative highlight the nature of the grand epic being woven, where history entwines with absurdity, encompassing gods, monstrosities, and magical powers. It is worth noting that in Japan, an example of a well-known foreign monogatari is none other than Lord of the Rings. The tale crafted by J.R.R. Tolkien captivates with its expansive narrative and serves as a testament to the enduring power of monogatari. In summary, Vegapunk's discourse emphasizes that monogatari is more than a simple tale or story. It acknowledges that history holds deep and significant meanings. Options like saga, legend, and epic provide possible alternatives in conveying the richness and complexity of the original term and context. The grand epic that Vegapunk is about to unfold encompasses elements of history, absurdity, delving into realms of gods, monstrosities, and magical powers. In a similar vein, Joyboy's story and the technologically advanced ancient kingdom bear resemblance to mythical tales like Atlantis, representing the intertwining of history and myth. Thus, the story Vegapunk presents can be seen as a great epic, resonating with the myths and legends of both Eastern and Western storytelling traditions. That's it, so what I wanted to get at is just that. I wonder what is the idea that Oda has included by using precisely the term monogatari, because in my opinion it encapsulates all of that. He is telling us that history is but one great epic, that it is both historical and cultural and divine, and this and that other. It is a whole of many things that we are now going to develop in the next chapters. If you have made it this far, I look forward to seeing you in the next video, where we will go on to analyze the continuation of the Vegapunk story read in chapter 1115. At the next time.